you want to try and eliminate as many of your competitive instincts and thoughts as you can without, of course, losing your masculinity. Hey guys, Hector Castillo, Poppy from girlschase.com. Today I want to talk about why people dislike you, why they hate you, or, because we're going to understand that, how to make it hard to dislike you or hard to hate you. To make it hard, we need to understand why, and then we just need to do the opposite. Seems pretty simple. So let's get to it. I am an expert in being loved and also in being hated. I've had a lot of people really like me, girls and guys, for a lot of reasons. And I have had a lot of people hate me and dislike me in real life, on the internet, and so I consider myself an expert in both. Now, me having said that could immediately, possibly, breach one of the 3 rules that I'm going to mention in this video, the last one. Because me saying I've had a lot of people like me and love me, girls and guys, you're going to be like, what an arrogant piece of shit. You might have already clicked off and you're not even listening to my explanation. It's because I violated one of the principles. However, to a certain extent, you can't be a people pleaser and have everyone like you. It's impossible. And also, you want to be yourself to a certain extent, whatever that means. So, can't make everyone like you. You want to do what you want to do, and accepting that even if you try to make everyone like you, it's not going to work, and probably it's going to counterintuitively make more people dislike you. So, let's go over the first 2 principles, which are pretty ironclad for the most part. And then the last one that is, it's ambivalent, and you can kind of play with it, and a lot of it depends on the other person. So the first is competitiveness. Now, there could be a healthy side to this, like, you know, when you have male friends especially, you're going to be very competitive in video games or sports, or maybe you go out to hunt girls and, you know, let the best man win. So there is a positive side to this. But if someone feels, especially initially, because we're talking about when you first meet people or you're starting to get to know someone, if someone feels like you're competitive in a malicious sense, like you see them as the competition, you see them as an enemy in the pursuit of what you want, or they see you as an enemy in the pursuit of what they want, they are going to be hostile. They are going to treat you like you are another bear hunting for food, another shark hunting for prey. So when you have this vibe and these thoughts and these actions that express competitiveness in a hostile manner, but a lot of times competitiveness itself is just going to come off hostile. This is why you see a lot of great people have very polarizing opinions about them. Even people who are very, very famous and well-loved and well-known, because in their time, people had mixed feelings about them. Michael Jordan, Conor McGregor is a really great recent example. Those are sports figures. There's political figures now in history that had very polarizing opinions, and because they were so dedicated to their craft or their goal, others disliked them. Now we get more into that in the 3rd principle, but understand that people are sometimes just going to see you as competitive because you're a threat to them, or they feel like you're a threat to them, even if you're not intentionally being one. What you can do, however, to make yourself hard to dislike is to try your best, even if you're going on your own path and trying to do your own things, and you should be proud of yourself and confident in yourself. And sometimes it's going to come off as arrogance to other people, but you want to try and eliminate as many of your competitive instincts and thoughts as you can without, of course, losing your masculinity. What this is going to look like in practice is when you are, just existing, watch your thoughts and watch how often, because it's more often than you think, how often your thoughts are competitive, how often you are comparing yourself, because it's a very short step from comparative to competitive. So watch you compare something, your girl versus his girl, his clothes versus yours, his height, his build, his money, his status, and watch your mind jump to comparing, and especially if he has more, disliking, or if he has less, thinking less of him. Then in practice, when you're actually interacting with people, spending time with them or talking to them, watch your words and watch your actions and watch your body language. How much are you competing with them for space in the room, for the spotlight, for the center point and spotlight of the communication, the conversation? Are you talking more than them? Are you talking over them? Are you disagreeing with them, trying to purposefully disagree with them? And try to moderate how much you do this. And if you lessen it, you will see that more people are going to like you because their immediate reaction is not going to be this guy is the enemy. Of course, this can be taken too far and you turn into a pussy and you turn into a people pleaser and you're always going out of your way to make sure someone doesn't feel offended. How far you go with this is up to you and up to your goals and your virtues, but it is something to censure and to moderate and to take control of. The second thing that makes people hate you, and if you do the opposite, you can make it hard to hate you, and that is being insensitive. And you should become more sensitive. Now, immediately that word sensitive and insensitive can have a whole host of meanings. One person can say, well, of course you should be sensitive to others and care about others. And then immediately some other people are gonna think, oh, sensitive? Oh my God, I gotta be sensitive? Like, what a fucking pussy. So what I mean by sensitive is aware, like a radar is sensitive. Your emotions aren't thrown around, although your emotions and your empathy, that is triggering the emotional response of, oh, that makes them feel bad, or they wouldn't like me to say this about a thing that they care about. That's gonna be your radar. So just have the radar tuned, have the radar sensitive without letting those emotions overtake you. That's the problem with overly empathetic people. But then of course the problem with lower empathy people, or even to the extreme sociopathic or psychopathic, is that they have little to no empathy, and so they're very quickly to ruffle the feathers of others. So you're gonna have to have your own moderation here as well, because you have your own beliefs and you have your own judgments, and you should be firm in your convictions, of course. But it would do you well to watch your words and watch your actions, especially when it's about something that is important to someone. Now, what's important to someone usually is their friends, their family, their loved ones, their spouse or significant other, their religious beliefs, political beliefs, personal beliefs, and the things that they do a lot. That's usually what's going to be important to them. But you never know for sure what's important to someone. And so one wrong statement could really piss someone off. You should be aware of this, and for a time it will kind of require you to walk in eggshells, but this is you training that meter to learn what people like and what they don't like. Then of course you make your decisions of, well, you don't care, you're gonna say it anyways because it's the truth or because it's what you want to say. But you will make yourself hard to hate if you have that sensitivity in the first place, because people are gonna recognize, at least if they're in person, over a YouTube video or a Twitter comment. It's so easy because it's just an immediate judgment. But in person, you usually have a little bit more leeway because someone can see you in real time, and they can also question you and talk to you and have clarification. So be more sensitive to others and watch your words and your actions, but of course have your convictions and your beliefs. Now, I've been kind of making my way towards this third point, and that is, it makes people dislike you when you're too different, or different in the wrong way. Because there's different in ways that are neutral, different in ways that are good because you're interesting and they like that you're different, you look different, you speak different, you act different, you believe different. But then there is negative differences where that difference is competitive and it is in opposition to them. And simply because you are this, or look this way, or act this way, or believe this thing, you are in opposition to them, and boom. You say a certain political belief, religious belief, personal belief, belief on women, belief on men. You say it and boom, they already judge you and they dislike you. So understanding this, what I suggest that you do is you be sensitive and you be aware of how people might respond to you, and think ahead of time and think, if I say these things with these attitudes, and this is fucking rich coming from me, okay? Because I'm the king of just saying what I want to say and then seeing what happens after. But this gave me a lot of education and why I can, like I said, I'm an expert on having people hate me and having people love me and everything in between. So be aware that when you're two different people are going to dislike you. Of course, don't betray yourself for this fact, because what's going to happen is if you try too hard to make people like you, people are going to catch on and they're either going to see you as fake or they're going to see you as weak and they're not going to respect you. Because you can respect someone and dislike them. I would rather be disliked but respected than liked and disrespected. But you can make it hard to hate you and hard to dislike you if you're sensitive to the differences of people, making sure that they don't feel that you are in their way or trying to take them down, and just watch what you talk about and how you express yourself. You can't change how you look, but you can change how you present yourself. So watch how you present yourself and the words that you say and how that will make them think you are too different. And usually the negative differences are the ones that make people feel that you are going after them or that your beliefs in the long run will be antithetical to their goals in the long run. Of course, not everyone's gonna like you. That must be said and it must be understood. Still, believe what you wanna believe and be yourself, but be a more sensitive, less combative, maybe that's a better word than competitive, and be more aware. And if you do these things with your thoughts, your words, and your actions, less people will dislike you, and as a result, more people will like you, and you'll make yourself hard to hate. Cool. Hector Castillo Poppy from girlschase.com, here to teach you how to not be hated like I have on a very mass scale. But like I said, I'm an expert in it, and if saying that makes me arrogant, well, so be it. Cool. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. Bye.